Hi, Anime here. I am starting a new segment here. I have no business reviewing fan fictions because I'm not the best fanfic writer myself, but I thought it would be fun. So let's start off with a Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal fanfic. It is called Silly Thoughts, and it is written by Curls X2. It is about Yuma and Astral. Yuma is in his hammock in the attic, and he's thinking about how his friends always make fun of him. Well, not really make fun, they just complain about him being really scatterbrained and stupid, and also about how everybody laughs at him when he messes up, when he tries so hard to succeed. Well, he's having this, inner turmoil about it, and he's really frustrated. So, instead of going to his sister or his grandmother downstairs sleeping, he decides to call out Astral in the key. When Astral comes out, he asks Astral to stay out of the key. Astral kind of questions it in his mind, but instead of verbally expressing his curiosity, he decides to just say okay, which actually takes Yuma by surprise. After a while, Astral sees that there's something wrong with Yuma, and takes his hand, a very kind gesture letting him know that he's there, and starts massaging his hand. Yuma's silly thoughts, as he called them, start to disintegrate, and he relaxes and tells Astral that he's pop flying, and Astral just kind of chuckles and agrees with him. I really like this fanfic because it shows another side of Yuma. He is not always happy-go-lucky. He understands that he does really silly things, and he understands that there are people who are laughing at him, and he has this emotional fight with himself because I don't think he can help it. I personally do not think he can help the way he is. A lot of people are like, oh, use your head, Yuma. That's just who he is. And it's showing Astral just how much his personality is taking a toll on his life. Think about it. If you're always called stupid, you start to believe you're stupid. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So it shows Astral the frustration he has with himself, and how nobody really has a right to be frustrated with him like he does himself. So Astral sees that side of Yuma, and we see it as well. We get to see it when we don't get to see it in the series. And I think they should show that side of I think Yuma should have more smart moments in the show. I think he should at least realize how stupid some of the things he's doing is. It might make it more interesting. Because it might show more to Yuma. He's so one-sided. It's so black and white with Yuma. He's always wrong. And he's always wrong quickly. There's no thinking involved. And they should give him some thinking every once in a while so he's more a dynamic character. Because he's growing, he could just grow faster that way. I also like how he asks Astral for help. Astral and Yuma are like polar opposites. Yuma's quick-minded and he jumps into things too quickly, and that's the same thing. And Astral has his thoughts together and thinks before he acts. So they have to cooperate a lot, and they have to do a lot of communicating, and they need to take a good understanding of each other before they can really start bonding in the show. Because at the beginning, Astral had to fight with Yuma to get him to work with him. He had to use reverse psychology on him, and now they're sitting there letting each other know that they're there for each other. In this fanfiction, Astral's showing Yuma that he's there and that he can call on him when Yuma needs him. And he'll support him no matter what. And that's what Astral does. Even through all of Yuma's mind mess-ups and that, Astral always knows that Yuma's the one that's supposed to be helping him, nobody else. Because he always remembers that Yuma's the best one for the job. And I like how Astral helps. He does not question anything. He just massages Yuma's hand and silently lets him know he's there, and that he doesn't even think those thoughts because nobody thinks of Yuma as stupid. They might not think of him as the smartest person in the world, but they'll always care about him. And how well it was written very well. At the beginning, you completely understand, like, you can relate to Yuma. Have you ever just felt like screaming and pulling your hair out and throwing things across the room? That's how Yuma felt. It explained that. It explained how deep and confusing his emotions were, how the conflict was. He knew his friends didn't mean it when they insulted him and yet laughed at him, but it still hurt, and that battle inside him is clearly brought out in the story. And when he brings out Astral, the desperation, you see the desperation. He just holds the key up to his mouth, and he's so nervous. He goes, I don't know the exact words. I didn't have that written down, but he's like, Astral, can you come out? And he feels so awkward when he finally gets Astral out. He doesn't know how to ask for help, and it's clearly brought out by him kind of regretting even asking Astral to come out of the key. And I think it's a really sweet moment when Astral finally helps Yuma, because in the way the author brings out how Yuma starts feeling relaxed. And this roller coaster of emotions, it's really good. It's a really good way to connect with readers, especially the teenagers, because that's how life is. The story was not too fast, and it wasn't too slow. It went at a really good pace, and it showed the emotions for what they were. So I'm very impressed with the story, and I hope you guys would enjoy it too. I'll try to leave a link in the description, and please give me ideas of what to review in the comments, because I would actually love to broaden my horizon with fan fiction, and I think this would be so much fun to do. Okay, I finally got the video done. You don't know how many takes this was. Anime out.